push the button?
I'll push the button.
He never lets us know.
He doesn't let us know anymore. He used to be like, and go. You know how they count down on TV shows?
Yeah, no, yep. Then you don't get the banter.
It's true.
And,
Yeah. Well, we're coming at you from a 45-minute delay due to the cold this morning. Also, the fact that I did not have to wake up with my kids to get them ready for school, and I forgot. So I'm sorry. I delayed everything, but gave us some time to get some stuff thrown together this morning. It's cold outside, and when it's cold outside, your house gets cold on the inside, especially those parts that are in the basement or on the exterior walls,
Yeah.
most specifically plumbing.
It's been a tiring week, I can tell you. How cold is it, Rachel?
I have no idea.
It's cold.
I was expecting some type of joke from that.
Well,
Oh.
I didn't
Not
have
just
time to
it's
prepare.
cold.
I
It's
wanted,
It's
like-
cold. I don't know. It's cold.
I wanted to do a how cold is
What
it
are y'all
show.
doing? Hold on.
We're on air, John.
Let me
Come on, John, say hello to the world.
Before I ruin y'all's business.
It's all good.
No, it's okay.
See, plumbing supplies going out as we speak. Cold weather and plumbing doesn't go well together. I know there's a lot of frustrated people out there that's got frozen pipes. They've had frozen pipes. Nothing you can do to protect them now. They're already frozen. The next couple of days, it's still going to be cold and windy. There's more pipes going to freeze.
And we are getting more shipments of all of our heat wrap and
Tomorrow, hopefully, be restocked.
We are, yeah,
For
we're
an
very
hour at
pleased
least.
with our Do It Best Corp distribution folks. They're doing a really good job trying to keep us in stock. But you got to bear in mind, we're serviced out of Lexington, South Carolina. They've had storms that are just unprecedented. They've got snow in Florida. There's snow in Myrtle Beach. It's weather they're not used to having. Supplies are going to places that don't normally buy winter-related product. But all that being said, I'm real happy with Do It Best in the way they keep us stocked.
yeah. It's also been a pain because our truck doesn't come until tomorrow because
Yeah.
of all of the holiday seasons, but it'll be here tomorrow, and we'll have stuff out on the shelf if your pipes have not frozen yet and you still want to protect them.
Try to protect them if you can. Use, and I'll go over this
We've got
in a
a
little
ton
bit.
of
But that's we're in good shape on insulation. The fact is, your pipe's frozen. Next week, by the end of next week, they're saying maybe 50 degrees. That's good,
Get out
but
your
it's
shorts,
also
people.
bad. Here's what's going to happen. Copper pipes that are frozen, they don't stretch very well. What'll typically happen is they'll expand as far as they can expand, and then they'll split. When the water starts thawing out, then we're going to start seeing leaks.
Are those leaks that you'll probably be able to see, or are those leaks that are going to take you a while to figure out?
Could be both. A lot of times you can hear it. If it's in a wall, you'll hear water spraying against the inside wall.
So it makes a shh. It's not like a drip drip.
No, it'll be a pressurized hissing sound. It's a problem, and we're going to have it. We know we're going to have to deal with it. So we're prepared. We're trying to prepare now, and we are pretty well prepared. The easiest fix, when you find a piece of copper that's expanded and split, you need to work your way back until you get back to the nominal size of the copper. You're going to have to get back to where it was not frozen. Otherwise, your fitting's not going to fit. And it frustrates people. They bring in a piece of tubing and they say, I need a fitting that'll fit this. And
It's been stretched out.
it's been stretched, the fitting's not going to work. The easiest fix is a shark bite, and you know you've heard me talk about them before. You should have one of these in your junk drawer in the kitchen. That's a cap. And if you find that leak and you need to stop the water, all you got to do is press it on. It's watertight. Still allows it to swivel so you can work on your pipe back here, but it's watertight now. The leak is stopped. Once you determine where the split is, where it froze and broke, you may have to cut out a section that long. You're going to have to put a new section in there. The easiest way to do that is, again, with a shark bite. If you're an experienced plumber, you know you're going to solder a union or a joint coupling in there. For the homeowner, put the shark bite on, press it in till it stops, put your piece in, do the same thing on the other side. Press it in till it stops. They're watertight. It's a seal. You're fixed.
Now, I have to ask the stupid question because sometimes I don't know the answer to them. Should you turn off your water supply before you do any of this?
If you can.
If you can.
Doing it with the water on, you're going to get wet,
Well, yeah.
but it will stop the leak.
Okay. Well, if it's 50 degrees out, it's practically summer.
Shower and a repair all in one.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Hopefully it's on an
And
intake
if your
valve,
water's been
not
frozen
a
for a
sewage
while,
one.
you may need a bath anyway.
That's true.
But anyway, that's the quick, easy fix. If you can get the main water line shut off before you do that, I mean, you've already got a mess because it's leaking already. You want to get it fixed as quickly as you can. These are removable. There's a tool, inexpensive tool, press it down, pop it out, use it again. One of the newer products on the market, it's been out for quite a while. It's been tested, it works. It's PEX tubing. The advantage to PEX tubing is this will expand and contract with the freezing and the thawing. I should have looked up how many cycles it will withstand, but it's quite a few. This will expand and contract with the freezing and thawing. Typically it won't break, but if it does, the same fittings that we used on copper will work with PEX. Drain lines, like I said, cold weather and plumbing is just not a good mix. It affects everything. It affects your hot water heater. It affects your drain lines. We get people who comes in and my drain line is clogged. Well, everything has slowed down, including people. We slow down.
That's why we were late this morning.
Right. I was trying to cover for you there, Rach.
No, yeah, it's just my fault. I'll own up to it.
Your main line's going to be a 4-inch line. If you've got to go in and cut a section out, whether it be PVC, cast iron, or hopefully you don't have the old Orangeburg pipe, but if you need to cut out a section that's frozen or clogged and replace it, a Fernco's the way to go. It's a rubber boot, got 2 stainless steel bands, loosen the screw, put it on, put the other piece in, tighten it up, watertight seal.
And these come in all sorts of sizes too. I mean, you
Right.
just have 2 out here, but they come in every size of pipe. You can get a Fernco 4 or a SharkBite 4. You don't have to worry too much that we're not going to have the fitting. Unless, of course, you bring in a expanded pipe, and then we can't do that.
Yeah, we got to get back to the nominal size in order to make the fittings work. 2-inch PVC is typically what you're going to find coming from the bathtub, from the bathroom sink, from the kitchen sink. And there again, there's a Fernco that fits that.
You got to loosen up the metal band.
There's the screws.
Yeah. Awesome. And we have these 1 foot. We have these 1 foot cuts of all of our various pipes in stock here, ready to go for you if you have something that you need to replace real quick. They have our SKU number on there, so you just take them up to the front. And you just heard Miss Karen, but she'll ring you up, or one of our lovely cashiers.
Hold on to that, Rachel. Another device that's a quick, easy fix. If you got to take out a section of pipe, and these come from 1/2 inch all the way up to 4-inch. With these, they're a mechanical. I call them Dressler couplings. We've got them in galvanized for galvanized pipe. We've got them in PVC for PVC pipe. What you're going to do, you're going to put the nut on first. Then you're going to put the rubber seal. Then you're going to put this coupling up here. Hold that in, please. When you tighten this up, that compresses that rubber gasket that you saw me put on. And typically, hand tight's enough. There again, put the nut on the piece. Put the rubber gasket on. And I've got a little bit of burr there on my cuts. Made that go on just a little bit harder. There again, put this back on. The advantage to this one is, if it's an area that causes a chronic problem, like you might have a belly. Hold that, Rach, please.
It's heavy now.
You may have a belly in your drain line over the years, maybe from using sulfuric acid drain openers that heats that PVC up. PVC will sag, and
We all start to sag over the years.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
Right.
if you repair it this way, you can take it apart. Get in there, clean it out, put it back together. you're good to go.
Awesome.
There's nothing fun about working with drain pipes. It's dirty, it's nasty, but it's one of those things that have to be done.
Yep.
If you're trying to thaw frozen water lines, if you got copper, I don't have any heat guns left to show you, but the safest way is to use an electric heat gun. If there's no danger of fire, that you're not going to set the floor joist or use a torch. Copper transfers heat very effectively. If I leave this on here and keep doing this, I'm going to soon start feeling heat at the other end. But if you're thawing a copper pipe, keep the torch moving, heat it gradually, and keep the faucet open so you know when water starts flowing. When you get water flowing through there, it'll thaw a lot faster.
I bet you got to be careful if you're using those and you have exposed wood beams
Yes.
and studs and things.
Be very, very careful with these. It's basically a two-person operation. One person doing the thawing, the other person monitoring what's going on behind it.
With a
And if you got a fire extinguisher,
fire
keep it
extinguisher.
handy.
That's what this is.
Don't use these in a dangerous way. I mean, be careful. I saw in the news this morning there was a fire in Timberville this morning. I don't know the details, but this kind of weather is not kind to firefighters. I send a kudos out to the maintenance men that work for the towns. They're out there working on frozen meters, main line water breaks. They take it all in stride. They come in here and they get their parts. They never have a grumpy thing to say. They just go about and get their work done. And we really appreciate those guys. We appreciate the fire and rescue people out there doing their jobs.
Yeah, shout out to my heating oil driver who came out to my house at 11 o'clock last night because our flip was all the way down. So they're working late. They're working hard.
Yeah, and we
staying
appreciate that.
cold.
And, it's cold. Be careful. Take care. Remember, we don't mind your questions. We don't mind them at all. We're here to help you.
Stay safe, everybody. See you in a few weeks.